All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. Those that are joining or joining again, my audio. I don't know. This is my second time ever doing a live, so I'm probably gonna have to watch a video on how to prevent this from happening. Um, but yeah, as I was mentioning, I'm gonna be doing more live videos to have an interaction to see what you guys want to learn about. It gives me an idea what to start teaching or at least research. So, but yeah, please let me know, Alfonso. All right. Thank you. I don't know what happened. I was just saying that I might have to just watch a video on how to prevent this. I don't know, but if you guys can hear, perfect. I apologize for earlier. Um, but I was saying that if there's any more videos, you guys tell me, Rolando. I appreciate it. Thank you. It makes me kind of just confirm that what I'm doing is the right thing. So and I like to teach. I what is it? A student gave me a. He's funny. He told me, I guess, gatekeeper. I didn't know that was a word, gatekeeping, but someone that likes to keep knowledge to themselves. I don't care. I'll share all the knowledge I can. I don't, I don't see it that way. So, no gatekeeping in my channel. But, and that's what I was. At least when I was not muted, I was saying that um, the reason why I chose Pioneer is that Pioneer HVAC Controls teaching HVAC, teaching controls, but pioneer means someone that opens the way for others. So I'm telling you guys can be pioneers. So when you teach or teaching, whether it's a tech and you're a senior tech or at a school, you never know. You're gonna learn even better what you're teaching. Because when you're teaching, you teach yourself. So and I think my goal is to start teaching inverters at least to a basic level because even myself they are kind of crazy. Inverters are a bit crazy, and there's not a lot of information. But even systems like this is an A2L system. It's an inverter. It uses a A2L sensor here. In case it leaks, it will turn off the unit and then turn on the blower motor just to push air through. So that's the future. These right here, inverters. That's it. So um, they're trying to get too advanced. They are getting advanced, but like what about us that are trying to learn it at the same time? So these are inverters. There's another board just like that inside of there too for the indoor. So that's what's crazy about these. So they both have inverter boards. You have an A2L sensor. This is a 454B refrigerant. But like I said, these inverters, these boards, they're trying to. I get why they're trying to do this. These are awesome because you save a lot of energy. But look at all this craziness. But you got your heat sink here. You have so your condenser fan and your compressor. It uses a rotary compressor, and it uses so it's DC, but you can read it in AC voltage for your condenser fan and your compressor. You got some capacitor, so even when you turn off the disconnect, you're supposed to wait. I want to say like 5-10 minutes. 5-10 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Smith. 5-10 minutes, and then it tells you have to read it in DC right here between that one and that one there, and you have to wait 10-15 minutes, and after that DC voltage drops from like 200 below 45, then you can safely touch it. Because even when you turn off the disconnect, still has to discharge on its own, and you got to wait a couple of minutes. But you confirm by checking that right there, that little circle there and that one there. Once it hits below 45, then you can start to touch this. Well, that's if you're gonna, I still wouldn't be going crazy, but if you have to unplug or work on something. But these are inverters. So like you got your heat sink, like computers. There's a lot of electrical components. There's a lot of heat. So it's got to be able to just kind of remove that heat. So there's that heat sink. It's on the other side. There's a big heat sink on that side. But I'll do a video on this, a basic introduction on this. Like you see, these I don't really know what these are, but I know for sure what I can tell you is that it uses your EEV. It has an EEV right here. It has a pressure transducer and then thermistors here. So I'm currently working with. So I don't know if any of you guys know Carel, Carel, Carel devices. I have two boxes full of Carel devices. I have two panels full of Carel stuff. It simulates building automation, but it allows you to simulate EEVs and inverters. And I'm trying to contact Corral. I'm in the process so that I could install it, and you guys can understand, even myself, understand how EEVs work, the pressures work in inverter systems, not so much just a conventional system. So yeah, I have a couple of goals, but I have to kind of slow down because I need to just I need to have some resources, and I need time to do all that. Hey Dino, if it's Dino from the one that I know, Dino, saludos, man. It's good to hear from you. Um, so that's my goal. I'm actually also studying to get my C20. So a lot of couple of things that I got going on, but I think if anything, the one thing that I am gonna keep and focus on is my YouTube channel, because I've seen the support, the report really from you guys, and it's like okay, I think I'm doing the right thing. When I was out in the field, I didn't have any training, and it was rough. I even got vertigo from the stress. I made a video on that, but now I'm like, you know what? I can if I can give you guys something so you guys can prevent that. I've done my job. So that's my goal with YouTube. So HVAC, I'm still gonna be teaching here in the school, right? Doing residential, light commercial, teaching the service side and some install, and then building automation. At some point, I'm gonna put building automation here panels, so I can teach carrier IVO, carrier controls, and I have all the programming software. I can even build graphics, and then we can put it here on our TV, and then we can maybe control one system. We won't be able to do a chiller. We won't be able to do a boiler, but if you get the concept, you can take that into commercial and you understand how it works. Um, and then for refrigeration, I'm gonna refrigeration. We're thinking about getting a walk-in cooler. Well, we're getting a walk-in cooler rather in a couple of weeks. Alfonso Carrier, yeah, yeah. So Carrier, iView, that's my goal. So I want to start creating little lessons on that. But I want to get a walk-in cooler right here. We sorry, we're gonna get one in 2 weeks, and then a contractor, a buddy of mine, is gonna give me a free walk-in freezer, or no, ice machine. Sorry, ice machine. It doesn't work, but it is fixable, so we'll be able to teach a ice machine and a walk-in cooler. And now my boy Elmer, who was there earlier, he's gonna try to get me a walk-in freezer because I would like to mess with the defrost cycle on those lower temperature. And this is what I'm working on today. I have an evening class at 6 p.m., but I got some time before instead of me going all the way back home, I just stay here, and like that I save money on gas and just time because LA traffic is crazy. Austin, Texas, Alvaro. Hey man, greetings. Thank you for saying what's up. Um, I actually have some friends from. No, I'm sorry, not from Austin. What is that one where they say "keep it weird"? Dallas, is that Dallas? Keep it weird. I had someone from Texas was here for a wedding, and they said "keep it weird," and I thought that was Austin, but no, that's Dallas, I think. But I have been to Austin, beautiful capital there of Texas. It's nice, but this is what I've been working on. So I have. I went to Walmart yesterday, and I got these cards to show you guys Mario and Peach, and I got Luigi and some other princes I don't know, but teach you guys how to read schematics. And so today, I think I'm gonna focus just on the ideas, kind of, because typically I don't have anything scripted. I just go off of my head. But with this one, I am gonna have a script and just do it a video, lesson by lesson by lesson, because I want to make my blows count with this one. Electrical is super important. So with the schematic, I'm gonna do one, and I have ladder wire, ladder diagram, and connection or pictorial diagram. I am gonna focus on the latter one because the pictorial is easier to read, but I'll still go over it. But that's my goal. So today I'm gonna be focusing on that. Wednesday, hopefully, I can shoot some content or record, and then I'm the one that does all the editing for my videos. I do all the editing. I use CapCut, and then my wife has a subscription with Canva for my thumbnail. So I do all of that. That's why it takes a while. So hopefully when my YouTube channel gets a little bit more, it picks up more than it has, and I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me. I might have to give that time, maybe hire someone to take care of the the editing and the thumbnail. Someone did reach out to me today. They might want to help me out with that. Like that, I can just produce content, right? I can just produce content, and someone can just edit it. I got the resources. We have all the resources. It's just time. Sometimes it's time is hard. So yeah, if you guys don't have any questions, guys, I did promise I was gonna keep this short. But next time I am gonna do a video on inverters live with you guys, so we can do it together, and I can show you guys at least what to do and what to look at for an inverter video, an inverter. At least give you a just a basic understanding on how they work, what you can do to check, and what you can and what you shouldn't do, so you also don't mess the inverter up. But yeah, if you guys don't have any questions, I'll probably log off from here in a bit. But I just wanted to try this live thing, and also too, just want to hear you guys what kind of content what you guys want. Um, like I said, our school and at least the teaching services that I provide, I want to start providing HVAC, building automation, and those two I'm pretty comfortable with. But refrigeration and that I'm not comfortable with. But like I said, we're gonna get some equipment. I'm gonna learn it, and then I can teach it to you guys. The more you know, the better, right? It looks better on your resume if you just know HVAC. It is a little bit more competitive, but the more you know, the better. So I'll start working on that stuff. So but I hope you guys yeah, I hope you guys are doing good wherever you guys are at right now. If you guys ever want to do like a video here, I don't mind. I mean, I love meeting people, getting to know you. I think you can request here, so we can do like a video, a chat to chat video, and everyone can see. But I don't mind that at all. I'm cool with that. So yeah, let me know. I'll do a live I'll do a live video again, possibly Thursday. I'm gonna start doing one once a week, and then I will put it on a schedule, so then you guys can write, this is what I want to talk about. And whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about it. I can even show you on a unit. What do you want to do? You want to check out a TXV? You want to check superheat, subcool? Real quick, just want to show you guys before I log off. I want to show you guys what I did today. I'm not the best in drawing, right? But I went over. Oh, actually, I had erased some of it. But I talked about subcool today. Subcool. When you have a low subcool, you have a starved condenser. It's low on charge, and a lot of people don't understand. But your condensing temperature of your system here, right? High set pressure converted to temperature. That one actually has to be a lot higher than your ambient temperature, so you can reject more heat and get more liquid. But that is why your subcool is at zero, because because you don't have a big difference in heat. Most of your heat removal goes to removing latent heat, but it never produces liquid because you're low on charge, less volume. Um, so with this one, right, just an example when it's where it's saturated, 105 minus 95, subcool of 10. TXVs 8 to 12 plus or minus 3 unless it's um, the manufacturer says that on a plate. And then when a system is overcharged, you got so much liquid, it's actually taking up space of that condenser coil. So then that runs a higher head pressure, and then you end up with a high subcool. And these are just numbers, just an example: 100 minus 80, subcool of 20. So with an overcharged system, you're producing more liquid because there's more heat rejection, but your condensing temperature is too high, and your compression ratio goes up. You're wasting more energy. Um, so I actually, man, I took it off, but there was we talked about what was it? It was not this one, but we talked about why you can have low superheat on the evaporator, and I'll leave you guys with this note right here. Well, and I'll end it right here. But I actually like if you have a suction pressure, right? We'll just put suction pressure, and then we'll put um an overcharge system, overcharge, and then we'll put dirty, oops, filter, and then we'll put superheat. Okay, was it this one? Okay, so let me see. Starved. Yeah, so a system that has a that's overcharged, right? You're gonna run a higher suction pressure, and then your superheat is gonna be low. So okay, higher suction pressure, lower superheat. With the dirty filter, though, yes, you're gonna run a lower superheat, but your suction pressure is gonna drop, and that's the clear indication as to what's going on with this. Because in both scenarios, with an overcharged system and a dirty filter, you have so much liquid refrigerant going through your evaporator. You're running a low superheat, almost having liquid going into your compressor. With the dirty filter, you're also not boiling off all that refrigerant, so then you remain almost saturated. Superheats are low, but the clear indication to find out the difference between overcharge and a dirty filter or low airflow, and of course you would still be checking subcool. Overcharged system, your suction pressure is going to be higher, even if it's a TXV and it modulates. But if it's really overcharged, your suction pressure is going to be high. With a dirty filter, though, it's going to be low because the TXV is pinching down. I was like, hey, that suction line temperature is kind of cold. Let me pinch down, allowing less liquid refrigerant to go on the evaporator. So that's the difference between these right here, right? Overcharge, high suction pressure, low superheat, dirty filter or low airflow. You see, my superheat is still low, but my suction pressure, this is a dead giveaway right here. Hey, Jonathan. Hello. Thank you for joining. So, that's the idea with superheat and subcool. So we're just going over superheat and subcool. I kind of went over some numbers. If you guys are in a school, and let me just emphasize this: if you guys are in a school and you guys are not learning about superheat and subcool, like you gotta tell them what's up, like what's going on. Like it's no longer pressures, right? And there is a range of like for R22 and 410A when it's static, low and high. There are ranges of pressures that you should be looking at. Of course, that can change. It's just rule of thumb. But if they're not teaching you superheat and subcool, I don't know. That's not a good school. They have to teach you superheat and subcool. Uh, no longer in days where you're gonna touch the suction line as beer can cold. They gotta teach you superheat and subcool. That is important. And you actually go to the system, connect your temperature clamps, and do all of that. Because if they're like I said, if they're not doing that, um, they're doing a disservice to you and what you're paying for. And if they are, good for them, right? There's a lot of good schools out there, just like there's a lot of bad schools out there. So just do yourself a favor and make sure that they're teaching you super eat and subcool. That is like that's just a given. They have to teach you that. Once you get it, Once you get it, I'm telling you, you're gonna be happy that you understand it because you're gonna be able to confidently go to any system and understand what you're doing. So make sure that they're doing that for you. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign out, guys. I will start doing this once a week, maybe twice. On the comments, on the comment section below, you guys can write what you guys want me to talk about, and we can do that. I'm up for it. But if you guys don't have any questions, I hope you guys are staying safe wherever you're at. Um, you're welcome, Alfonso. Anytime. Thank you for your comment, your response. Wherever you guys are at, stay safe. And just be careful. You know, it's crazy out there. Trying to do a long day, and you're tired driving 2 3 hours back home, and the customer's screaming at you. It gets better. It always gets better, right? So just remember, every day has its ups and downs. It's Monday. Today I had a hard time teaching. Everything worked out, but I had a hard time teaching. I was just tired. So, and I don't drink coffee, so I think I gotta maybe start drinking a little bit more. But you're welcome, Luis. So, yeah, just be safe out there. I'm gonna try, like I said, to do a video on inverter live. The video that I'm preparing for on my YouTube channel is gonna be on reading schematics. That's the one I'm preparing, and I'm trying to finish that because next week I leave to New York for about 10 days. I'll be in New York, so I won't be able to shoot content, but I will have that electrical video hopefully before I leave next Wednesday of the following week, and like that you guys can enjoy and see the video. So, and I'm glad you're learning a lot, Luis. I appreciate it. I just like to keep it simple because if it's not simple, I'm not gonna learn as well. So, but I'll catch you guys later. You guys stay safe. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye.